Welcome to Camp Chaos, where we celebrate the wild ride of modern womanhood.
Join us as we dish on motherhood, life's ups and downs, and all things pop culture that we know you want to talk about.
With special guests and expert insights, we're here to empower you through the chaos of everyday life.
Consider this your ultimate escape from the hustle and bustle. And as always, parental guidance suggested.
Camp is now in session.
Hello, and welcome back to another Pillow Talk. Today, we are sitting in bed talking about play date etiquette. Now, I was at dinner with my sister and my best friend, and we had just had a play date, my best friend and I, and she was asking a bunch of questions, and my sister was, and then they were both like, this would be a really good podcast episode.
So here we are.
And there's so much to unpack here, and it's different for, every person, but let's talk play date etiquette. So the first question, do you bring the host a gift?
Okay, well, we need to back up. This is going to depend how old the kids are, how many kids, and what the relationship is with friends. Okay. If you're like telling me, hey, come over, Miller and Zane are in school.
You're like, F no, I'm not bringing you a gift.
If it's like you bring Zoe over, like whatever, like I'm probably not going to be bringing you a gift. Like if I'm getting a coffee, I'll text you, hey, what do you want as a coffee?
I think that's fair.
Okay. Now back up. If it was like we had just met, I want to have you over for the first time and your babies, like whatever. I will bring you a candle. I will bring you flowers. I will bring you a baked good. Like what, I'll bring you a little gift.
Okay, so I agree with you. I think it's like if you're new friends, you are bringing a gift.
Yeah.
Like if it's, we just met at new mom's school or we just met at the park and you're having me over, I'm bringing you a candle. I think candles are perfect because you will use them at play dates.
No, you won't. What play dates do you use a candle? That sounds like a hazard.
You're not burning a candle to make your house smell good?
I mean, it depends. Okay, wait, back up also. And if it's like if you're having me over for Christmas, your little pajamas and cookie exchange, like if you're having like multiple people over, that's like more of a party than a play date. Like
yes.
If it's a party, if there's a theme, you have other families coming, you're opening your house, you're cooking, I am absolutely bringing a gift.
Well, also you guys, yes, you are always so generous, and like all my guests are, even for like my Halloween thing, like people brought me good stuff. You brought me great stuff for my Christmas brunch. But I think for play dates, it like gets tricky, and that's why this conversation is so interesting.
Okay, so let's just keep it play dates.
I think if it's the first time you're going to someone's house, you should bring a gift for a play date. So like the first time I came over here, I'm pretty sure I brought a gift. If I didn't, I apologize.
I don't even remember the first time you came over.
So I think you do bring a hostess gift.
And she's not bringing a gift every Tuesday.
No, that ship has sailed. I'm now in bed. Barefoot.
100%.
I think great host gifts are candles. I think what you said, like if it's a morning one, like bring a tray of baked goods, or
if you cook even more, like a bonus thing, like here's like a banana loaf, like
yes, like here's some homemade cookies.
You've never brought me sourdough. You still have not brought.
Bring you sourdough.
You brought me the starter. You wanted me to cook it.
And I brought you a piece of sourdough.
No, you didn't.
That you toasted and had with butter.
Well,
and you more. Well, and then you loved it so much that you wanted to cook it.
Okay, and then okay. Anyway, if like that is like even more like something that you're actually putting like time and love into, rather than just like running to Home Goods. I mean, like here's these little dish towels.
Right.
Also really great. Yeah, also great. I will say a tip, like once you're at like Home Goods, Target, like anywhere that like there's like some little grab and go, like cute mugs, dish towels, I think are such a fun one. But like always buy extra of those so that you're not having to like, we are in Corona Del Mar. To drive to a Home Goods or a Target is like 20 to 30 minutes.
You have to
huge
make
commitment.
an effort.
You're making a huge effort. You're not just like running down the street. Unless you go to like one of our local stores where like the dish towels are $80.
I was going to say $150.
Like you can go to Bliss Linens where you're like, I've had to do that before. My point is always have like a stash, have a shelf in your house of like, here's my grab and go for kids parties. Here's my grab and go for like a hostess gift, like wherever you are. I also think cocktail napkins are a really cute little gift.
I was going to say 2 of our friends always or have given me the soap that comes with the decorative napkins. Like you need that all the time.
Yeah.
Like even if you're not having people over, like
and
you
it's
want
a thing that like when you're out shopping, you always forget to get. So when somebody gives it to you, you're like, oh, thank you.
I've used all of those things. So I think those are really good hostess gifts. And in our opinion, you only have to bring a gift if it's the first time at someone's house.
No, that's unless it's like a bigger play date. like a play date party. Like,
Yeah.
you're having me over for this. Like, you know.
Yeah. Like
I don't know. Like if you're inviting me over with just Zoe or just Zane, or even if it's all of my kids and we're going, or two of my kids, how many do I have? If I'm including Gus, if I'm coming to your house, it's okay. What can I bring for like, don't ask. Actually, back up. Do not ask somebody, what can I bring to a play date? Because they're always going to say, oh, don't bring anything. Just bring yourself. Like that is such a line. You just bring, if it's like an afternoon, you bring a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
You just bring the extra things.
Well, I think you should never show up anywhere empty-handed, but I'm saying like I think play dates get confusing for people because, you know, if you and I are like, we're seeing each other every week. I'm not bringing you something every week. But like if I'm having her over for dinner, you would bring a bottle of wine. Yes. If you are having me over for dinner, you know I'm bringing Pavilion's hot wings and a bottle of wine.
When we had you and your parents over, you guys like brought everything. I was like, so I don't even need to do anything. You brought like everything. You brought flowers, I never you brought wine, you brought appetizers.
Empty-handed. Though, like we go to Steph's, I'm like, we have to go to the store and get an appetizer. Yes. I don't like to show up anywhere empty-handed. But if it's like a recurring thing, you could lay off. But I think if you're rotating houses, you kind of do have to bring it.
But also let's pause for a second because I do think that like at least for us in our friend group, we've kind of gotten away from a lot of play dates. Like I don't have play dates.
Well, because we have too many damn kids.
Well, yeah. Okay. So let's keep going with the questions because like we do need to talk about the mess of it all.
Okay. So let's go back to the play dates. Now with the gifts. Do you bring, which I'm bringing this up because we used to do it, gifts for the kids?
Okay, again, we used to do it and that sounds so extra, but like it was like a theme. Like you would bring like board shorts for like, you'd bring clothes for the kids. Like everybody got matching board shorts. I'm like, what are we doing? Like Easter baskets. Everybody gets this Christmas thing. Everybody got Christmas stuff. I mean, it's like some of the stuff.
Do you know that I used to take so much pride in like thinking of a creative gift for the kids that was cheap and that they would use.
Yeah.
Because nothing worse than like getting the goodie bags that you're just literally tossing in the trash. So we used to do it.
If it's a themed play date around a holiday, I think it's super cute if it's something that they're going to use. If it's like an Amazon bundle, like these little mermaids I found on Amazon that are so cute. Like if it was a thing for the girls, like go buy a pack of 6, everybody gets a little mermaid thing. Like if it's small and a cute little gesture, I don't think everyone has to go above and beyond. No. The other problem with this is once you do, like if you show up and it's like us and like 5 of our friends, if it was just one person, it's like the other people are like, oh my God, I didn't bring anything.
But I think that's how our thing started. I think one of us brought something and then every time it was like, oh shit, now everybody has to bring it because everyone's going to bring it.
That's why we stopped doing it because everyone's like, oh my God, there's so much pressure with all of them. Like, why can't we just open the doors and be like, come and play?
That's what play dates should be, just so we're clear. And I think we'll get into that at the end. But I do think like how we used to do it was we used to host a play date for like every holiday. Someone would rotate and do it, which made it a lot easier.
It was also fun, but we also had one kid.
We had one kid and everybody had one kid. So I bought 5 $10 board shorts at Target so that all the boys could match because we used to do swim lessons together. Like I tried to think of fun things. I remember like Lucia brought little race cars for all the boys. I think it's cute to bring gifts for the kids if you're doing it around a holiday. But other than that, like it is
Easter, Valentine's Day, not 4th of July. Like there's always a holiday. That's the problem.
I know.
Okay. Agreed with you. I do think though, if it's like, hey, come over and like play. But those days I feel like are so gone because everybody's schedule's so busy, which makes me so sad because it's like these kids are in school, like people are working, like there's so many there's classes with our girls, but it should be like come over and just play and come mess up the playroom.
Well, now I feel like our play dates are like happy hour dinners because that's the only time where everyone's awake at the same time. I mean, even my kids, like everybody's on a different schedule. Agreed. So I feel like we just do that now.
Okay. We just take them to hobbies.
Next question. Are you leaving all your toys out for all the kids to come over and play? Are we setting out only a certain number of toys? Or is it a free-for-all?
Okay. If it's like one little girl from Zane's school that will come over and play and she's like mellow, like it's about the kids. Like I know she's not going to tear out for context, I have a huge playroom that there's bins, it's organized, it's labeled, like, and so if a kids come over and tear everything out, like it can get really messy really fast and really disorganized. But if it's one little girl from school, it's like, okay, I'll leave it as is because it's more work for me to move everything. If it's a birthday party, I'm locking that playroom, which I've done. Granted, they know where it is. They figure out how to get in. If it's like two kids, two boys especially, I am putting away little things. I'm putting away colors. I'm putting away the Play-Doh. I'm putting away like paints. I'm putting away things that like they'll draw on my walls, draw on my floors. But like the little stuff, like all the other things in the bins, yeah, they get.
So
this is why I don't host.
I put away
everything.
No, not everything. So I'm the same way of like, I have it all labeled in these like clear Lego bins. And a lot of that stuff is small toys.
The small toys
and
are
a
annoying.
lot of it is like character toys and stuff. So there's a couple toys that Miller plays with every single day, which are his animals and like his dots that he calls them, which are like puzzle pieces that literally cover our whole floor. I am putting almost all of that away. So I tell Drew he knows before we have really any kid over, which sounds so bad. Like even if it's just our neighbors, minus my nephew because he doesn't play with anything. I'm just taking all those bins. We have 12 of them and I just throw them in the garage. Like it's super easy. And more so, it's less about the other kids pulling it out. It's more Miller who will pull out all, and like these animals are this small and he has like 50 of them and he'll want to play with them. So what I say is I'm like, we don't want, the other kids to maybe want to take these home. Like we're going to keep them away.
That's a really great lesson. We don't want to share. We're going to hide.
No, I say like, we'll pull them out later because
Taylor.
you don't like to clean them. Then I really like to encourage the kids to go outside and I leave all my outside toys out. I don't care
your
if they're
outside
messed
is
up.
great.
You can do whatever. And that's what I want them to do anyway. Like I'd rather them be outside. Yes. I will pull out my Magna-Tiles. Like I'll do easy stuff like that. But get out of my Legos. House.
Go outside.
You have
a really great yard though for that. And you have a place that like you have a house for doing that for kids.
Also, I do. And I think that they should be outside anyway. Yeah. But which leads me into my next question. Like, I am not trying to disinfect every single little toy, which I used to do.
You and Stephanie do this.
I used to pull out the Lysol and Clorox wipes, disinfect before everybody came, disinfect before they left, or after they left.
This is so weird to me. Okay. I'm sorry for saying
your
that's
kids
weird.
Don't get sick that often. Then.
No, they do. But like they're building their immune system.
Used to do it though, is because my kid would get sick all the time.
My kid gets sick than be exposed to Clorox and Lysol wipes.
It died by the time your kid got there.
Please.
All the toxins died.
Oh my God. No, sorry. But okay. It depends what it is and like what age are the kids? Like when the kids were little and like even Zoe and Palmer don't put things in their mouth anymore. Like
Palmer puts everything in her mouth. Everything. Oh God. Okay. Well, note to self. Mouth.
Yeah, I have not been that mom, but there's so many little things. You go through every single bin.
I used to. Like everything that was played with, I would pull it out and like clean it because I thought people cared. Like, I don't know, my kids have probably put it in their mouth, touched it, all those things.
But don't germs die off after like 24 hours? Hey Siri, when do germs die off?
Well, what like Miller plays with it all day long. Like the only time he's not playing with it is
I was going to answer. I mean, like after a certain amount of all day long. Okay, but like,
okay, so you don't think you need to clean the toys before or after a play date?
Unless you have like a diagnosed OCD, which like one of our friends does that. Like after that play date, she's like, oh yeah, I spent the next morning wiping down all the toys. I'm like, I know you've said that before. For me, that's just not realistic. Like I have to watch my two children the next morning.
Well, see, that's why I take the toys away.
Yeah, taking some of them away.
Because it just doesn't make sense for me to wipe down all of those toys. Like the other things I'll just spray with like some Myers spray.
Like Zane and Miller, you're going to disinfect all the things that they're touching?
No.
If you're here, okay, if your kid came over sick, that's the first problem actually, that you brought your kid over and didn't cancel his play date. But then if your kid's sick, then yes, absolutely, I'm wiping down. But if you have three healthy children playing with toys, they're not
I'm not wiping down anything outside or anything.
Do you think preschool's wiping down every day?
No.
I don't know. No, I'm asking that like honestly. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Drew swears that the mommy and me that we take the girls to, that they aren't cleaning enough because Palmer, like, he thinks that's where she got sick from. And I'm like, no, she probably got sick from her brother who's that goes to school with sick kids.
Absolutely.
So, okay, we kind of landed in the middle on if you should clean toys before or after play dates.
Definitely not before, I will tell you that.
Okay, another question. Are we providing food?
Yes. Wait, that is, I mean, even when you come over for podcasting, I should provide you food. But like, in my opinion, it's like you're having a coffee. If your kid wants anything, like I don't have juice boxes, like, but if your kid wants like whatever, a kombucha, whatever my kids
tortillas, kombucha and tortillas.
Like if whatever there's this little smorgasbord for the kids and there should be snacks for the moms.
Yeah. Also why this came up is because I went to a play day at my sweet friend's house and she had like the most beautiful banana bread and like a salad for moms. I do think as long as this is not like a weekly thing, like how we are, I do think you should have stuff for the moms and for the kids.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like even if it's something simple, like order or like Costco Chinese chicken salad, whatever. And like hers, I thought was perfect. Like a banana bread or pastry of some sort, coffee, and you can make it potluck. Like I think how we come across sometimes can be like, oh, it has to be this elaborate thing that you're hosting. No, it's like, Kendra, you bring the baked goods, I'll do the salad, someone else do the coffee. Like it can be a group effort. And then you likely have your snacks for your kids. So you just put them out for
And I think you also know your friend group. Like you know the one that's going to go over the top and like be really extra with it. And that doesn't mean that you have to do that when you're having people over at your house. You could do it your way. Mm-hmm. Like if it's packaged snacks and like just give the moms wine, great. If that's what you want to do. Like you don't have to like emulate everything your friends are doing in the same way of, oh my God. Like when we go to Sweet Belle's house, it's like we're at like the Ritz-Carlton with like her beautiful, her beautiful servingware. Like it was so gorgeous. And like all of her mixed berries and fresh muffins from 4 different places. I was like, we could do play dates every day here. And this is why we don't. Poor thing was probably exhausted. But like you come to my house, I'm not going to be doing that. I'll do my own level of it. But yeah, I just think you have to do it the way you want to do it. Like you will always cook. I'm not cooking for you.
Yeah. Well, it's like the same thing with dinners. Like when you're hosting, this leads into a hosting conversation, which we should have that.
We should do that.
Like I do think your play dates should reflect your personality and your kid. So like if you're more of a laid back mom, like your play date should be laid back and chill and you should like let the kids experience something like that. Or if you're more organized, like maybe you're hosting a game and you're like, okay, everybody sit down. Like we're in school.
I'm like, sorry, daddy called. We need to leave. Yeah, but it should be like whatever level of you're feeling with that day. Like there may be one day where I am pulling out all the stops and making a cute little mocktail or like cocktail and like this is it, infused lavender. Right. The next day it may be like I'm opening the door and do you want a water bottle? Like 100%. These are your people, these are your tribe. Like meet me wherever I am in that day.
And I think too that if you're not down to like if it's let's say it's your turn to host a play date and you're like, I am too overwhelmed. Like, I don't want people in my house, but you can host a play date like at the park.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know, so it's
maybe
not
that's
like
what we need to start doing.
Well, yeah, because right now we have quite like stopped the play dates because everybody's families are getting so big and nobody wants their house destroyed. Like that's the worst part about a play date. That's why you have play dates so that your kid can go destroy somebody else's house, not your house.
Which we need to get into that, like the cleanup of it all.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I normally prefer a morning play date or be outside. Because if you're outside, I'm not cleaning it up. Like my toys are staying all over the yard because the kids will be out there.
So I have a question for you. Your play dates, and we can go back to if you have other ones for during your play date, but your play dates coming to an end, you know your kids are like whether that's headed for nap time. Like you just know like what the limit is. Like, are we doing an hour? Are we an hour and a half? Like there has to be a time limit of you're like, I need to get out of this woman's hair in this household. Like, right?
Yes.
Unless it's like the dads are coming home, husbands are coming over, and then it turns into a night party, which we've done. Wonderful. Love that. Even better. However, at like some point you do have to go home.
Yes.
Are you cleaning up?
Me?
Are your kids cleaning up?
Oh,
like as if you are a guest.
Oh my God. Okay. This is a really good question. And I think it depends on, I am always cleaning up at people's houses. Okay. So we always go over to our best friends and our neighbor's house. We always go to Kendall and Trav's and so I think about, and my mom taught me this, like what I would want done at my house.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people pick up at my house, which is fine because that's not important to them. But like in my head, I'm like, do you know how amazing it would be if when we leave, like when
every mom or every kid
cleans up.
Yeah.
And so I know the kids aren't going to
be
do
a lot
it,
more
but I
inclined.
always say, I'm like, come on, Miller, we put everything back. So at least the toys are cleaned up and all they have to do is, clean up whatever hosting wear that they did.
Yeah.
But I think if you clean up even just like one basket of toys, you have no idea how much you are helping this person.
Wait, not to mention the example that you're setting forth with your child. Like, you've made this mess. We are about to leave. You don't leave a mess. We are going to clean this. Like,
And, like,
that is more important than like what the mom, like, that is so important for especially our kids at 3 years old to see like, oh, I made this mess. I need to clean it before I leave. I don't just come blow up this joint and like say, peace out. See you next week for the invite that I don't get. But I actually do think that like even in like I've had people get in my sink and start doing dishes. I'm like, I will physically move them. Yes. But I'm like, there's no way. But it's like just even that effort. It's like, oh my God, it makes it when you are doing it, you're like, oh, that was so sweet. Like it's so much nicer of like somebody actually stepping in and doing something or trying.
I am the friend that is like doing dishes at someone's house. Like when we go, like if you had me over, I am well aware of the tornado that I'm bringing into this house. It never fails when I say, Miller, it's time to clean up. No, mommy, I don't want to clean up. And I say, we will not be invited back here if we aren't cleaning up. So he cleans up, which naturally leads to the other kids cleaning up. And then before you know it, you feel so much better that you just cleaned all the toys up.
And not left for one mom at the end of the day.
I'm in the kitchen cleaning, or at least throwing away the little trash napkins that you see everywhere.
Totally.
And then those people are more likely to invite you back because it's not such a big to-do.
Totally.
You don't have to do it,
and
but
keep
I think
in
it
mind,
makes a world of difference.
No, I think you do have to do it. And I think this is something that everybody's parents should have taught them, in my opinion. And don't leave it for like oh my God, now we have to go right now. Let me try to clean up. Like kind of like, plan this out. Like look down, like, when am I leaving? I'm probably leaving in 20 minutes. Okay. So-and-so, I'm going to set the timer. We're leaving in 10 minutes. Why don't you start wrapping up and cleaning up? And like, you are doing the same thing.
Well, and like, I don't know if like for Miller, we kind of have to do that throughout the day. Like, okay, quiet time's in 10 minutes. We have to give him warnings so that it's not like we're leaving.
The kids with these timers and the warnings, it's wild. Yeah.
It's wild. So I think it's helpful to like start and to let the host know like, oh, I am leaving.
Yeah.
Like, just so you know, I am going to be leaving here in 20 minutes. But I think you should absolutely be helping to clean up. And like you said, make it, do it a little bit before
you're setting
an
example.
Leave.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think is the appropriate time frame for, play dates? I don't mean time of day, like how long?
I think no more than 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I think 90 minutes, everyone's like, this has been a lot. But it's also like, how good are your kids playing together? Like if everyone's good and they're like not making a crazy disaster and like things are good, like I just said, like, and your husband's home and so-and-so should come. Like that has happened and that is fine to me. It turns into a night. Those are the best part. Honestly, that's a play date for mommy. Like that sounds great. Now we are turning this into a party. But if it's like, no, we're just coming over for a little bit of a short amount of time in the middle of the day or in the morning for a play date, like an hour, 90 minutes tops.
90 minutes is good. I think you cannot stay at someone's house longer than 2 hours if you're there for a play date. Like you cannot.
Yeah. I mean, again, it depends. Like if I'm like, I don't want me to agree to you and be like, oh, 2 hours is almost here. I got to go. But like, it just depends.
I think 2 hours is like, if it's
I'm leaving your house at 2 hours.
Not dinner.
Yeah.
Then 2 hours. Like
if it's not dinner, if it's not a party.
It's 2 hours.
I think 90 minutes is probably then.
Oh my God. Wait, I just had a really good question. Oh, okay. So we're kind of at the age more with the boys and kind of with the girls too. How do you approach the not sharing?
Oh.
Because you're, of course, reprimanding your kid. But it starts to get a little bit uncomfortable, I feel like sometimes, because you're like...
Well, no, I set the timer. We're taking turns. You can have this for 2 minutes.
Okay, but then one's throwing a tantrum.
What, is it my kid?
It depends. Sometimes it's yours. Sometimes it's my other.
Kid, then I will handle that. But if it's the other kid, and like I'm assuming if we're at a play date, the mom's somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to her.
And then are we like, okay, maybe this play date is wrapping up?
Yeah. I mean, if there's hitting and there's not reprimanding,
think, like,
if there's
now, all of our kids are friends. Yeah. But they're just at a phase where like they don't really understand sharing or like you know, even Miller right now sometimes will want to wrestle. And I'm like, you have to ask someone if they want to wrestle. Like you can't just tackle and wrestle them.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's getting a little bit trickier rather than when we used to just sit and have our babies plopped on our lap.
Yeah, those were the good old days we thought were hard.
Maybe the mom who's hosting is in the kitchen and you're like, okay, your kid's being a little shit.
It's different because I feel like I could tell Miller, like, you can't, like, I not that I'm disciplining Miller or like the other kids that I'm thinking of, like, not that I would discipline them, but I feel comfortable enough that like I've been around them long enough to tell them we don't do that, or your mommy, you know that we don't, like, I know your rules somewhat. I know our friends' rules. Yeah. If it's like a new mom, that's awkward.
I know.
I mean, if they're not sharing, that's on them. And then I think I would talk to my kids about like, you know, see how that felt. That didn't feel good.
Or like I would probably, like if it's a new mom, like if it's yours, same thing. Like I would feel comfortable being like, okay, Zane, like let's not hit today or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is.
Take off the boxing gloves.
But if it's a new mom, I would probably just like take my kid to another area because it makes you feel, I feel like I get so uncomfortable when someone else's kid is acting, like even if it's at the park or something and you're just like,
is anyone going to do anything?
Right. Yeah. Like what's happening here?
Yeah. Weird.
And I mean, we don't have that issue as much anymore just because what you said, like we can
schedule more play dates with randoms so that I can like have some more R&D. Like I've never faced that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we face it with like our close friends. Like when we go to the neighbors or whatever, we're always like, Miller, share, you share.
But I do.
Palmer, get off her.
Like
you know?
There has to be some level of supervision, sure. But I also do believe in like letting these little people work it out. Like they're turning 4 soon. Like let them kind of work it out and like.
Well, we're at the phase where like the
not
boys
beating
are
each other.
Really emotional. So then they like, oh, mommy, so-and-so hit me. And it's like, oh, it's okay. He didn't mean to do it. You know, like now they're coming to us tattletaling on the other one, which is like, obviously we're with our best friends. So like we know that it's nothing serious. No one's getting beat down. But it like is certainly a new aspect added to playdates, which I could do without.
You know, these play dates are just going to turn harder as they get older too. Like who's doing drop-off play dates? Are you packing lunches? No, seriously.
Oh, remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Well, I have to pack lunches because my kids are so picky.
Yeah. Okay. Any other play date
etiquette questions? I think the
biggest thing for me is the cleanup.
I think that's the biggest takeaway from this conversation I wasn't even prepped for is like, that is the best piece of advice. Like, F the hostess gives. Like, help me clean up my house. That's what I want.
Especially if you have like 3 or 4 you know, families or moms over, it's like every mom doing a little bit and every kid doing a little bit, like problem solved rather than it all being on one.
Well, and you know, like you said, likely after the play date, you're going to put your kid down for a nap or you're like still having a mommy for the rest of the day. And then it's like, oh my God. And now I have to clean up this mess that is like tripled.
I know.
Since.
Yep. So this is why we don't have play dates.
Clean up after your kids and your friends or don't host play dates.
That's it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Camp Chaos. We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our show. Connect with us on social media at Camp Chaos Podcast. Until next time, campers.